Regionals presented by Capital One. Postseason gets underway here at Bogle Park in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Game one of the day, the Indiana Hoosiers out of the Big Ten and the Oklahoma State Cowgirls from the Big 12. Double elimination format here in the postseason, so the winner of this game moves on to a winner's bracket game tomorrow. The loser tomorrow faces elimination. Hoosiers, Copeland, one of 4 seniors on this Indiana squad, which was one of the last teams into the field with a 10th place finish in the Big Ten. Copeland takes the inside pitch, pops it up to Rosie Davis, and she lost it in the sun. And Copeland is aboard to start the afternoon for IU.
Well, and that's where you...
Those are the 3 big numbers for the Hoosiers. Led the nation in on base, in average, and doubles per game. And this is given a ride out to right field, and Minnick gives the Hoosiers a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. Welcome to the postseason.
We talked about the offense of the Hoosiers, and Taylor Minnick, she is the reason we highlighted. This ball is elevated on the outside corner, but we see Minnick go out, reach, and pull that ball to right field. You cannot allow them to get to extension. What a swing. Way to just answer right there.
So she is now the sole record holder in the history of Hoosier softball for career homers. First out is recorded. Parker with a one-hopper to Bloodworth. Hopefully that'll help settle the nerves for Ruby Malin.
Confidence is such a big part of this game.
Kinsey Mitchell, roller, and Davis turns it into out number 2.
Follow.
Right back to the circle, and Malin takes care of business after a tumble out of the gates. With Bree Copeland, a pop up to second base. And it is a quick first at bat. Delgadillo is down looking. Is a dip in power numbers because last year they had 5 players with 10 or more, and this year she's the only one above 10. But hits it on the ground to Strader. And it's 2 up and 2 down in short order for Bree Copeland.
Yeah, we're going to keep an
And the difference right now, the second batter of the game, Taylor Minnick, with a 2-run home run. And Oklahoma State with a response. We are tied in the bottom of the first inning. Carly Godwin goes yard. It's even at 2 between Indiana and Oklahoma State.
when she has felt like she has not performed as well as she has liked. And this is a pitch up in the zone that she just keeps her barrel high and gets all of that straight away center. And that's something that I know Coach Gajewski has talked to her. Hey, you're a leader when you're playing well and even when you're not.
Already your second full count of the first inning. And this is Tuberco right in front of the bag. And the inning is over. Pair of 2-run homers in the first, and we'll go to the second. All even between the Hoosiers and the Cowgirls.
There's some people who don't get those starts who are ready to step in at a moment's notice like this, and so I think this is where you're like, okay, the fact that she had games early on helps.
Payoff pitch from Malin just misses inside, and it's ball 4 as we met with all the teams out on the women's basketball practice facility just beyond left field. And this is poked into the gap in right center field, and that is trouble. A one-hopper off the wall. It sends Strader headed to third. Stanton waves her home, and the throw to the plate. That slide, she is out at the plate with a tag from Hassler. That came right down to the wire, and it looks like Shonda Stanton close as you can get at the plate.
Well, this is why it's so important to be able to field the ball cleanly, to be able to hit your cut, and really just a perfect play by Delgadillo, and then to second baseman Davis with really a perfect throw home. That defensively is exactly how you execute this play, and I think they're just wondering, Coach Stanton is wondering, did she get the tag on before Strader was able to get her hand to the plate?
Boy, it almost looks simultaneous.
Yeah, and that's as close as it is going to get.
We'll hear it from Steve Gold. It was out at the plate.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. We have an out.
So I think the difficult much it comes across on TV, she's tall. She is 6 feet tall, far right of the bell curve. One hopper off to second base. There are 2 away. You won't find many players taller than her. And so what that gives her is long levers, and her release is closer to the plate than most pitchers too. From the game, a coaching change as well. And now here in the postseason. She hits that low to Davis, and the inning is over. Indiana threatened to take the lead, but a great relay that started. Colin Edwards leads it off and takes a 2-1, lines it straight away center field for the first out. Well, speaking of the Women's College World Series, it returns in just a couple of weeks to Oklahoma City. The action starts.
You're going to hit anything close, but just knowing that she's a little outside the zone.
And Worsup reaches for it. She's retired, 2 up and 2 down. It's not often you see the number 7 hitter in a lineup, either best average. 2-2 is a called third strike, and the inning is over. Pair of strikeouts for Copeland. Both of them have ended with a batter's bat on her shoulder. And we'll go to the third, tied at 2. Top of the lineup here, Copeland had a bloop single to second base her first time up. This time it's on the ground to Davis, who does not have to battle the sun. And calm and carry on. They're saying is keep calm and swing on. And that's how you get to be the nation's #1 hitting team. Oh, she's done it again! Taylor Minnick doubles up. 3-2, Hoosiers.
Frustrated, we see the look on her face, but this situation again, and this is a missed pitch. This ball, this time they try to come inside, but it is belt high, and you cannot do that against a hitter like Minnick, one of the best in the entire country.
Did you just give a little Jordan shrug?
But then you got to be able to locate and execute the pitch as well.
Well, part of it too is Avery Parker goes down on strikes for Malin's first strikeout. Is you can be the best hitter in the world, but you've got to wait for the mistake pitch to come your way. And when it does, you got
one to raise it together.
Davis on the move. The inning is over. But the standard this year for the Hoosiers is the gold standard, and Taylor Minnick is delivering. 3-2 lead presented to Bree Copeland with a couple of Taylor Minnick home runs. And Megan Bloodworth, who comes in on a 4-game hitting streak, is retired on just 1 pitch, as that completes the first time through the lineup for Bree Copeland. Shonda Stanton, the eye.
It's about how you respond after that, and she's done nicely.
Megan Delgadillo, first pitch hunting, and Taylor Minnick makes quick work of that. So Copeland has really now settled in. That's 6 in a row. Retired after the Godwin homer.
Well, not only that, just limiting free passes, you know, the situation.
Line to right, it's a long run, but a great grab for Cassidy Kettleman, and the inning is over. Shonda Stanton's gonna 11 appearances. So in those 11 games, an ERA just above 2. And it's Allie Van Brandt going to the opposite field with a leadoff base hit. Strader with a chop, and they just get one on the force out for Van Brandt at second base.
Pitcher that we're going to face, she can throw that pitch. And preparation is just so much better these days for hitters.
And the ability for us, not having the same technology as what the teams do, we can go in, which is the grass, could be a run. That's deep to center field. Delgadillo on the retreat makes the grab. Strader tags and advances the 60 feet to give the Hoosiers runners at the corners with 2 away.
It's to play behind you and make the out.
Pitch is high, and there's trouble on the base paths. The throw to third is not in time as Strader's back in headlong. Josie Bird got caught in between first and second there. And Oklahoma State played that well because if they don't
Make that play.
2-2, Wilkeson giving a ride out toward left field. Out of here! A 3-run home run for Wilkeson. An incredible afternoon at Bogle Park for the Hoosiers. 6-2 Indiana over Oklahoma State.
When you're feeling so confident, when your number 9 hitter is able to come up in this situation, and I'll tell you, her first swing and miss was a hack, and this one right there, she just connects. I mean, this pitch over the plate, but I love the fact that Wilkeson was ready for it. She connected with that pitch. She got all of it. Way too much ball over the plate, but what a response by Wilkeson.
And they have worked deep counts. And Copeland does it to her benefit, a free pass. So she's reached base now 2 times in 3 plate appearances. And it brings Taylor Minnick up for the 3rd. And Minnick still finds a way to get good contact on it, but a diving grab. No, Delgadillo didn't make the catch in center field. And Minnick is in safely at second base. Delgadillo immediately signals for a replay review challenge because
Into it, believing you can do it too.
Avery Parker, the 8th batter of the inning, skies this out toward left field and all the way to the warning track where Rachel Hathout makes the grab. Melina Wilkeson being pinch run for there in the top half of the 4th inning, then being handed a great advantage. But Rosie Davis does not go quietly, and she takes the first pitch and turns it into a base hit as that breaks up a string of 7 in a row retired by Bree Copeland. Don't miss a minute of the action from the end.
First inning and her team going up, Copeland came back and gave up a home run.
That is given a ride to center field, and it is gone. Carly Godwin's second 2-run home run of the season. As if by prophecy, Kenny Gajewski said we need to start swinging the bats, and they did from the cleanup spot.
A response after coach gives you a talk and says, what are you going to do about it and how are you going to respond? And that pitch, I mean, just chest high. Godwin gets all of it. That's what you do as a hitter if you're given that pitch right there. And I was trying to say it's about your response.
And keeping a fire lit throughout the course of the season. And one of the things they realized during the regular season for the team that was picked to win the Big 12 and ended up finishing 4th was that they had let that fire go out a little bit. And so they had
themselves to keep that fire going as a team.
2 straight groundouts over to second base after the 2-run homer by Godwin. And Tia Warsup coming up 0 for 1. The world for a couple of days. It's a long run and left for Minnick, but she is there. And the inning is over. It was a 4-run deficit to start. Kinsey Mitchell 0 for 2 to lead it off. And strokes it right to Delgadillo, who squeezes the glove for out number 1. And Indiana came into this game hitting .368. 5 extra base hits, 10 total bases for Taylor Minnick. Well, Van Brent went up reaching for a pitch. 2 up and 2 down for Crandall. All eyes on one.
Lefties is a great pitch to throw and hard to hit.
And a nice recovery here in this inning after facing 8 batters in the 4th. 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. And the Cowgirls going back to the bat rack. Kilfoyle was an All-American last year for the Pokes. And Rachel Hathout grounds out here to start the 5th. Shallow to right. And Kettleman, wisely, the sunglasses on, puts that away. We saw the first ball in play of the game. Bree Copeland to Oklahoma. And she could beat this out with her speed, but Strader rockets it over to first and pulls Bird off the bag. That's what speed does. It makes everybody play.
Just miss hit just enough. It gave time for Delgadillo to move, and that throw had to be perfect.
So a second chance for Strader, who just has to go one step to the bag, and the inning is over.
Sorry, my Wildcat people.
Shallow out toward right. Davis is called off by Warsaw.
That right field side, I mean, you saw.
Thought that she was somebody else, but she smiles so much that the nickname just stuck because it's really appropriate. And Davis has all dominion over that one for the second out of the inning. But Tia Warsaw, there on the right side, said, I was just so quiet last. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, 7 in a row retired by Crandall, who has really calm. Big pitch on a 3-1. And it's bobbled and dropped at the wall in center field. Wilkeson almost had a snow cone grab. And like the ball had a mind of its own, it leapt out of the leather.
Oh, and it almost looked like she was.
2-1. And that gets away from Parker, and now the decision to pitch to her. Well, chopper third base, Burko with a dive, she throws home and never had a chance to get the out at the plate. I don't know that she had an out anywhere on that ball, but without the wild pitch, there's no run coming across. This is a one-run game as Godwin. Ball in the dirt, Tim is on the run, throw is not in time. "3-2, that is through the right side, it's a base hit. Kettleman lost her footing, and Tim scores uncontested. From 4 down, the Cowgirls have rallied back to tie the game in the 6th.
Needs it. Coming up big and being able to take the low outside pitch. That's exactly how you hit that. You take it with it to right field. Nice piece of hitting. That is absolutely huge to be able to tie up this ball game. Nice effort by Van Brandt at second base, not able to come up with that ball.
There's Chandabell, the pitching coach. To the circle. And Hess gets the sure thing over at first base, 1 down. Still a runner in scoring position. Oklahoma State come all the way back to tie it. And it's a new right fielder as well. Kinsey Mitchell started the game as the.
Sometimes it's just like, okay, what was that spark? And you know, it just took putting together a few hits.
3-2, it's up the middle, it's into center field. Wilkeson is up with a throw that gets away at home plate. But then the stop sign goes up at third for Schneidmiller, who thought she might come home. And Kenny Gajewski a little bit disappointed that it did. It's on the ground to short. Strader airmails it to home, and Oklahoma State scores twice. Incredible! And the Cowgirls have the lead. It's 8-6 on a ball that never left the infield.
And in this situation, you know that they are going. Defense is in. Shortstop Strader, we talked about that. The fact that she's normally at third base. In this situation, only a freshman in this moment might have gotten too big for her. She launches that ball over Parker's head, and 2 runs come across. That's where you.
Kenny Gajewski said, not the season we drew up, but the season we earned. And they have worked their way into this advantage here, and how about this? Aggression on the base paths. Hadhoot swipes third. Bloodworth, the 7th in orange and white to step into the batter's box. And that came in and got her. So it's 1st and 3rd now. And there may be no more motivated batter today. And there it is. She pushes it right to the circle. It nets the Cowgirls another run, and she will happily stay hitless to bolster their advantage to a 3-run cushion.
Absolutely. In that situation, your swing is not working. You lay down a bunt and it's a run. And so just really good execution in this situation. That is one of her specialties, is using the short game, and they do it with a runner on third. They have speed. And
a 15-game regional winning streak on the line for the Cowgirls. They will go to the 7th inning with at least a 4-run advantage. We told you earlier in the day that when they give up 6 runs this year, words she said, legitimately made me laugh out loud yesterday. She said she wants to destroy her opponents, and she destroys that ball off the wall in left center field. It's a double, and it's 2nd and 3rd. She may be about as soft-spoken as they come, but as
Godwin in this situation. Ooh, that one got a little closer.
That was a pitch worth thinking about. Yeah. Nevertheless, it's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. That is ball 4. So the highest scoring inning of the season, highest scoring game of the season in terms of 11 runs, 7 in this inning.
The one that she has to pipe.
Edwards with a slicer to left field. And the inning comes to an end, but the damage is done, and in a major way for Oklahoma State. They were down 2 to start the inning. One away. Well, Riley Crandall really helped settle the situation for Oklahoma State as she came on in relief of Ruby Malin, who has continued of her coming back in, started to go up, and then went way down when it was a 5-run advantage. Oh, and Taylor Minnick now has a new personal best day, 11 total bases for her. Or from this game, if Crandall does finish this off. Parker hits a sinker towards second. Right place, right time, double play, ball game! And Oklahoma State's a winner. They were down 4, a 16th straight win in the regional round. A stunner to send Indiana to the losers bracket. They have no ability to challenge this. They
obviously coming across already to be able to receive the ball if they are going to turn a double play. But as soon as that ball's on the ground, she's already on second base, picks it up and fires across. And just love that heads up and a great reach and snag by Godwin with her 2 home runs, and Davis on base every time she came to the plate.
All right, it's either game on or game over.
After review, the call is upheld. We have an out.
And Oklahoma State's a winner, 11-6. The Cowgirls do away with the Hoosiers. It's their 14th come from behind win this season.
What a comeback for this Oklahoma State team. They talked to us saying they were ready. They were trying to light that fire, keep it burning, and they did just that. There was all fight, no give up, and they end up on top in this game.
A great example to show that you may